Hey there everybody, you join me back in Season 11 where we are in Mountain Ridge and it's time to take on more tasks with shoring up losses, starting with, I don't know, it's really quite an easy one. If I can figure out how to actually get to the trailer. So we're in the Voron Grad once more. And we're off-roading with our big chunky tires. Okay, I see the hitch. So, okay, we know which way which direction we're approaching from. Ooh, there's a bit of a torrent. Maybe I should have brought something a bit bigger. So, we have to deliver this to the bottom of the ski hill mountain thing, to the lodge. So, let's get that on now. It does say, you know, deliver the sideboard trailer and the spare parts. So if you had a crane, you could make things easier on yourself by putting the service spare parts on the back of your truck. Then just tow an empty trailer. Which is fair enough, that wouldn't be too awkward, but I couldn't really be bothered to refit what I had, because I knew I'd just be able to do it like this, because, surprise, surprise, most of the drive is on roads. So, I mean, for the challenge, you could just do the roadblocks last. There's a way to make it more difficult. So, yeah, once I get onto the road, it's pretty plain sailing. So, let me know down below what vehicles you have been using in this new region. Because you probably do pretty well with the Ford CLT or the Transstar. So, you know, why not give them a bash? I know because of the completed Michigan with the Ford, it has inspired a couple of people to use them more. Some people are using them as field trucks, which I think is a bit too much weight. And it's not really using it as kind of a fuel station. I don't know if that really counts as actually using it, because it doesn't go anywhere. You tend to leave it in a spot, come back to it. But I don't know, if you are driving it around to refuel your stranded vehicles, then good on you. But it is good for cargo. I mean, did the whole region with it, so why wouldn't it be? But now the Transstar is coming in, and that has definitely proved itself. So yeah, we've got this. I think we're going to be hitting both the bottom and the top of the ski slope in this episode. That is the projected plan, unless I mess things up, which kind of did last time. Is it that way? No, I don't remember where this turn is. I might have missed it. I don't know. I don't stop it to check the map. Meh. Ah, it might be on this corner. Yeah, there it is. So this is one that's blocked when you start, and then it's like 2 wooden planks to unblock it. And then you just slip over like that. I don't know why I've got all-wheel drive on. Really don't need it. The only issue is if I do tip over, I don't have a crane to fix things. So maybe I should drive a bit more carefully. Is that supposed to mean town? What does that sign mean? Okay, there's a ski lift. It's not even really a town, is it? It's just a meeting area. Oh, sorry. I've loaded part 1, which is deliver the trailer. There you go. Now the skiers will have everything they need. Woo! I don't see the cables for the cable car, unless they're very fine. Oh. Wow, unless that's part of the mission. Oh, it is, actually, because you can see this is a cable car support. That is why there are no cables. Oh, look at that wheel spin. So, wet work, the next mission. That's a 3-slotter. I mean, surely I should use a truck that has 3 slots in order to do this. And I do need a crane as well. 3 slots and a crane. Well, we'll be back in a second when we see what truck will be revealed. Alright, we are ready for wet work, and what I've actually opted for is the Voron AE? Nope, the Voron D. The AE is the crashed one in by the lake. So that and a trailer with a crane. I did consider the Paystar, but it doesn't really fit the setting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it would have been ideal given, you know, the 3-slot cargo bed that can have a crane as well. Also, it does use quite a lot of fuel. This is just a route to the beach, isn't it? Yeah. This was not the direction to go. Luckily, reverse is not too bad, so. Right, swing around. Plus, this, given the Ford playthrough, having a big trailer and a crane. Well, you don't always need a crane, but using a saddle and trailer is quickly becoming one of my preferred methods of shifting cargo, for sure. It just, I don't know, it just feels right. Right, let's get this in. Look at all the fish just spawning and despawning. That doesn't look weird. God knows why there's cellulose just everywhere. I should read the mission description, see what rubbish it's come up with. And pop that in. Wet work. We've got an urgent job, but the cargo we need to deliver is stuck by the shore. Okay. They don't want to explain what actually happened. Oh, I should have started at the top. Ah, well, it doesn't really matter. But anywho, yeah, it's just something satisfying about having lots of cargo on board and just crushing through objectives. Trailers are the meta. Righty. Oh, I thought this would be a bit trickier, to be honest. Whether they're normally in the water or really hard to reach places. These are just quite reasonable. Cellulose is heavy, though. We'll give it that. Right, yeah, just drag it. Just drag it. Ooh, we've got quite a small crane, so I probably have to push it along. Because not all cranes are made equally long. For whatever reason. Oh, slam dunk. Oh, right. I'm going to see if I can push them back. Get those to pack in slots 2 and 3. That should be enough. Yeah. All right. This is turning out to be pretty straightforward. Yeah, I'll just go left. I should be able to weave my way back to the road in some manner. Oh, this is where the Lady of the Lake is, or the Burlak of the lake. Let's go over this. Oh, that's quite the drop. I'm sure it'll be fine. Of course it is. It's a Voron. Vorons can do anything. It's probably like the best set of trucks. Not too big, not too small. Can handle most, about 90% of jobs. Obviously, it's a bit small for doing things like pulling the rocket sled and whatnot, the rocket trailer, but for everything else, you can just quite easily use a Voron. And available from the very beginning. At least the Voron D is. Although, yeah, if you used nothing but this, it would make things a bit stale, perhaps. But yeah, I do. You know, as obviously I've made the videos about how to get the Azov 6 and how to get the Zik 605R. You know, right at the beginning of the game, if you really wanted to. But then it, I don't know. I do get people telling me like, oh, new people shouldn't do this because it makes the game boring. So it only makes the game boring if you use the same truck over and over again and nothing else. It's not my fault you've got no variety. You've got no imagination to do other things. I'm just saying it can be done. And why not? Having something big like that, in case you mess up, it's a really good tool to have, because it helps you fix the situation without stressing you massively. You know, play the game however you want to. I mean, if somebody that had never touched Snowrunner actually went and got the Zik 605R like first time, I mean, they'd need a bit of DLC to sell vehicles till they have enough money, but if they manage to do that, having never played the game before, then bloody let them use it. They deserve it. It's not an easy thing to do. Others have said, you know, you just drive over the ice. Like, that is not easy. That's not a simple, like, workaround. But, anyways, the Vorons are very good trucks. At the end of the day, that's what my point was. Right, I'm going to find a way. I have to check roughly where on the map this is. Oh, okay, there's a lane up to the left. The only one bit of potential gripe about this is it is quite fuel intensive. Like, even on a road, it uses quite a lot. But I mean, you're getting a lot of performance out of that, and it's quick. But your fuel performance on a road, it's pretty much, it doesn't differ too much when you start off-roading. Right, this one's a bit trickier. Oh no, there's even... Oh, I should do this properly. I should reverse in. If I can. Watch me knacker it now. Yeah, I've knackered it. That's way too much steering angle. Oh, oh, oh. So of course, I don't want to hit the trailer with the cut. Oh, no, that's not quite right. Oh. There we go. That'll just about do us for that. And then it's like a short run up into the town. Come on, up we get. No, don't turn the other way. And drop. Close enough. Close enough. So this is going to neighborhood, a little cul-de-sac. So it's going to somebody's house. What are they making? What are they building? Right. Ooh, can we go? Oh no, that heads across. I should probably get that upgrade at some point. That looks like a genuine route across the river there. That looks pretty straightforward. Alright, at the end of this, I'll get the upgrades. Or the upgrade. I think there's just one in this map. But yeah, without really shaking a sweat. Done a bit of off-roading. A bit of crane work. No signs of tipping over. Yeah. Beep beep. Although this truck does make that odd squeak noise. That one. Beep. Like I've got a budgie in the cab. Right, so I presume I can go this way. And then left again. Okay, hopefully I've got enough space to turn around. Ah! And 1, 2, 3. Right, next. Oh, the game is getting very good at predicting what my planned missions are. In a tough spot. So, deliver to the tourist area. Don't know where that is. The scout flatbed. Oh, I know where the tourist area is. It's up the mountain. Collect and deliver the dropped cargo. The service spare parts ×2 and the scout flatbed trailer. So I think I was going to use a Burlak for this. Though, if we have a look... Yeah, the cargo is loose. It's going to need a Burlak with a crane. So if we get in that, we can just leave that. And I will get this thing suited and booted. Alright, we're approaching the... what is it? The scout fuel... No, it's just a scout flatbed. Not a scout fuel trailer. And we've got a little crane. So we should be able to load the bits of cargo onto the scout fuel trailer. So we're going to get our little reverse going. So it shouldn't be too tricky to load, really. I mean, in reality, it should be really easy. This is a big vehicle. But you never know. Right, that is attached. We should be able to reach both items of cargo. Alright, I'm going to pull this one in close first. Right, that's alright, just tip it up, that's fine. Am I not getting... Oh, yeah, it's just that the up arrow was blocking it, so here we smack the desk with my knuckles. Wow, look at the crane freaking out. It's like, I've got to pick up half a ton. Oh my god, we had actual sparks from the crane. Oh my days. Oh yeah, that's as far as I can get that one. And number 2 is not going to be very... Oh my god, you can get like 4 of them on there. Why can't you do that normally? Just as... yeah, that was all me. Right, these have to go up into the hills. So I think what I'm going to do is head north and then loop back down. So it's onto the road left, left, right. Let's do this. So this will function as another bit of bandit. It's not a bandit. Burlak testing. Plenty of it. Very little for the Neo Falcon, to be honest, in comparison. I did see some complaints that it isn't really strong enough to tow a trailer. Like, well, it is only a B plus, like power to weight. It's a B at the minute because I've got the bloody crane on it. But it's not the trailers it's supposed to tow, because you can, it's a real vehicle, you can search it up. The vehicles it's supposed to tow are a bit more reminiscent of that scout maintenance trailer we had at the beginning of the episode. I need to get some speed in the gearbox. Yeah, it's, you know, 'cause it's an expedition vehicle. It's not a massive cargo hauler. You can mount a drill on it off the back platform there, but all the components are kept on board. So it's not really meant for, you know, having a trailer that's gonna shift, you know, like 6 tons of metal beams or, you know, something like that. It's, well, suited for stuff like this, to be honest. This kind of size, even though it can move a bigger trailer. Although the cargo occupation is the same. So, yeah, I mean, what difference does it make? Well, the only difference is the trailer weight, which, if you can, you would opt for the smaller. Although that comes with its own risks, as the scout trailers do bounce around quite a bit. They're not massively stable. But at least, you know, you've got the crane. It's very unusual to be able to tow a scout trailer and have a crane. Like, is it the only truck of its kind that can in the game? Because that's often, you know, where you've got to pick up 1 or 2 little bits of cargo, you just use a big truck, even though the areas might be difficult to get to. You use a big truck because you can't use a scout, because none of them that have cranes can tow scout trailers. Like the Ford and the Actaeon can tow the larger trailers, but by the time you're towing a trailer and you've got a big crane on them, they've lost a lot of their power, especially the Ford. The Ford is very much powerful just by it's just powerful enough on its own. If you add additional stuff to it, you're just gonna slow down. Plus, using the crane on those 2 vehicles in anything other than like rear or front loading, like using the crane either pointing forwards or backwards, is just asking for trouble, because they just fall over, which you can see in their respective review videos. You only want to go from the front or the back, which might make things awkward, but you know, you won't fall over. So this the Burlak itself doesn't have that much power for speed. It's all in the torque. It's just for turning these enormous wheels. I think it has less than 200 horsepower in reality, but that doesn't matter. It's not meant to go quickly. It needs the torque just to get the wheels moving and to plow over pretty much any terrain you can think of, bar mountains. These gigantic tires, which you know, this thing makes the Zix 605R look small. It's a unique, it is a cool vehicle. But it's definitely one suited to, you know, exploring the dark depths of Siberia, for instance. Or maybe, you know, northern Alaska, northern Canada, into, you know, the barren wilderness. South Pole, perhaps. Lots to tell. Oh, a scout fuel trailer. Lovely. Oh, that was $5,000. Wow. An unfortunate twist is actually next. That was, oh yeah, look at this. It was on the list. It was meant to be. An unfortunate twist is to grab this curtain side scout trailer and I think take it here. Yep, another relatively simple. It's going to be all roads. This is where you, oh no, that's where you take the Burlak. This is something else. So we're going to continue to use this. It's a good test bed. So we're going to go back to the garage. I'm going to take the crane off. You shouldn't have it on when you don't need it because it does reduce. You see I'm now at B+. It does add quite a bit of weight to the back of the vehicle, which is not entirely needed. So to get to the trailer in Unfortunate Twist, come out, take a right. You can have the all-wheel drive on if you want. Its stock gearbox is Advanced Special. And you can see the icon there for where we're going. And we're going to just dip a right. Yeah, there, you can see it already. But, oh yeah, how many heat vents does this thing have? None! Why do none of these vehicles have, like, heating in them? They go really cold. Also, does it have... Is that a window? What is that? Anyway, getting distracted. But seriously, what is that? It looks like a grill, but it's really high up. Or a hob. Right, so we should be fine just to go straight into the water here. And it is a scout trailer. As it says in the name, curtain side scout trailer. So we could go... Yeah, let's head this way. Let's not take just the road route. Alright, you got instant pull. No messing around. See, has that affected the power to weight? No, it hasn't. So the trailer's not very heavy. I mean, for all we know, the curtain side's just empty. It's just a frame. Alright, the ground is firmed up, so we can not do that. It's, yeah, to be fair, it is just, unless you're on a road, best case is to just drive it in low plus. Just have everything engaged. And I think the reason it doesn't have diff lock always on might be related to I just fully decrease the aperture. If we go under here, you can, well, actually, no, maybe not. So you've got, so the drive to the wheels is connected by, so each wheel has its own little drive rod. Not that it's mounted in the middle of the axle. Or the middle of the wheel hub. But yeah, perhaps that has something to do with why it's not always on diff lock. I'm not, you know, I'm no truck mechanic, but that's not a common way. It's really not a common way of having a truck driven. That's for, you know, extreme environments. Well, for driving anyway. Or else you just have a normal axle with a wheel connected at each end. Could I have gone that way? Probably. So we're going to briefly drive on this bit of road. And then go back off-road. Nope, that's not the gear I wanted. There we go. Oh, can we see inside the trailer? It is empty. I was right. What about in the back of here? It's, I mean, they could have put a box for the repair parts and the fuel. It's just an orange tarp. Come on, Saber. It's the little details. It's the little details, guys. I don't know which way to go through here. Keep left, then turn right. Seems straightforward to me. Also, yeah, the fuel efficiency is pretty ridiculous for this thing. If you have it loaded up with a roof rack and this rear cover, you've got so much fuel. If you run out of fuel, you've driven this for about an hour. Well, at this sort of speed. If you've driven for an hour at this sort of speed, you might actually go a bit crazy, but it'll get you there. This sort of thing is great for a Moor. It's gotta be. Given its ride height and the size of the wheels, it's gotta be good for the old Explorer. Right, so we're gonna turn it around. Oh, is the ground too hard? Don't worry, I'm going somewhere where it isn't. Actually, riverbeds are quite solid. But, alright, so we're gonna get over there. Oh, I have come this way previously. So look at that. Because the water isn't really touching the bodywork, it's not slowing us down. Oh, it's great stuff. But yeah, the glaring downside with this vehicle is if you tip it over, it is such a pain in the ass to get it back on its wheels. It will just slide across the floor unless you use the really big crane, like the big one, which could probably properly lift it. Yeah. It's fish you're gonna get. Oh no, the fish survived. They got trampled under the wheel. Alright, and where are we going? The cabin. Oh, it's just called the cabin by the shore. It's not like the hunter's lodge or something. Fisherman's hut. Nah, just leave it in low plus. That's fine. That's all you need. You know, if it works, it works. You might need to employ an elastic band though. just so you only have to steer. Because it's not that you're going fast enough to crash, is it? It's not, it's not twin steer speed. All right, that's another bites the dust. Delivered to the ski lodge area, 2 fuel. Leave to grab them from there, and oh, that's pretty far. Wow. I mean, it's very far if you choose to go this way. It's very far and very slow. Are they loose as well? They are loose, so you do need a crane. So my first thought was Tatra T813. But you need a crane. So bear with me and I'll figure out what I'm going to use. Oh, here, well, that's not started well. Oh well. Well. How many more times can I say well? We are in the Bandito with the banana crane. And we're going to attempt Rocky Chasm from here. Fuel may be an issue, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see. It might not be, it might be. You know, we've got 140 litres spare on the roof. So, you know, how hard could it be? And we've got our little banana crane. Which I've never really had an issue with. Obviously side loading with the Bandit is really bad, because it is not a heavy truck at all. It is a small chassis just with a bus welded on. Well, the front cabin of a bus welded on. Also, it does struggle to actually get cargo close to the front of the flatbed, given that there's no articulation. It's now it's doing the silly thing. Alright, let's just get impact. Like, might as well restore the crane and just do that quicker. I don't know, I don't think I've had the same issues, or any issues, compared with anybody else when this is like the crane stops the flex of the truck. Half the time I don't want the truck to flex because it's likely gonna fall over. So a lot of people recommend taking it off. I mean, I'm completely fine with it being on. If anything, it adds a bit of balance when you've got some weight on the flatbed because it pushes down the front. Oh, that went a bit more smoothly. Or they say they recommend just turning it around and having it like that, which is fair enough. But I'm fine with it as it is. Right. Rocky Chasm. So, we've got all this road to do up to the ski zone. Let's get to it. We start off slow. Obviously, it's a bit rocky here. And we don't want to fall down, but we can't run in low gear the whole time. Because given the fuel consumption, we will run out before we get there. So, provided we could turn the corner eventually, maybe. Can you? There we go. Right. And we're going straight into snow, so that's not going to be very quick either. Oh no, it's not too bad. Ah, we're fine. This thing loves to run at speed. Again, massive cylinder capacity, low actual power output, all about the torque. I mean, look at the way the wheels go. They're absolute lunatics. Up. Nice and gently. Just tap the steering, tap the gas while you steer in. It's so easy to get it into the high gear as well because it revs so high. So you just shoot off like a rocket. I mean, what other vehicles could set off that quickly going uphill? Just as long as you know when to stop. Know when to stop applying so much acceleration, such as when you get to a junction and you don't know where you're going. But, you know, I thought I'd use something a bit different. Used a lot of the Vorons. We did use this for the long logs in episode 3 or 4. Oh my god, I should really memorize the route. I don't like putting all the waypoints down. It detracts from the immersion. Just having a big blue dot. Oh, this is pretty steep. No trouble for El Bandito. We get down. Oh, it's our favorite junction. It's Mud Corner. Okay, we might have to ease down to just low gear. Just had to pause briefly to sneeze. Having been in Portugal for a week, to come back to a very cold, wet UK, it's having a small shock on the system, on the body. Right, so now begins the climb up the mountain, which for the most part is probably going to be quite slow. So we just let the truck roll back. No? Oh, it doesn't want to. I'm not sure how much high gear action we'll actually get. But we're doing fine for fuel. We've only used half the tank so far. And as I said, we've got plenty in reserve. And look at that, just getting straight through. Once it dries out a bit, we'll go back for auto. And will it let us? No, it's conditions aren't quite suitable for high gear yet. How about now? No. Maybe if if the truck will push into second gear. Not quite. Yeah, so he went to second and then immediately back to first. Yeah, the snow's just a little bit too thick. But it's getting there. Right, more thick snow. This is going to be par for the course, pretty much. I mean, it is a ski slope after all, if there wasn't any snow. Although that was the case in British Columbia. There's a ski slope with no snow on it. So, well, they obviously can have dry ski slopes. Oh, we've got to build all these watchtowers. That's just reminding me over there. That's going to be a whole series of things to do. Well, it's leveled out a little bit, but I still think it's not quite appropriate for high gear. I remember when this thing came out in Season 2 of Yukon, I gave it a thorough test. It just blitzed up a mountain, basically rolled the chassis into two distinct sections, and because this one flexes so much that it wouldn't drive straight anymore. That's when you know you got too much flex, when your back wheels, your back right are off the ground, as you're just trying to drive straight. Oh, look at that, we might actually get there without needing any of our reserve fuel. Yeah, it's still not really appropriate for the high gear. Auto and low, that's where it's at. Gets the job done. Low plus is a bit of a waste on this because it drives the wheels so aggressively. You just sort of wheel spin all the time. So the high range gearbox is a bit better. You get higher overall speed when you want it. There it is, there's the delivery point. And you only really get the much higher fuel consumptions when you're in the higher gears anyway. So when you're like this, like 6 to 7 to 9 litres, it's really not much. People just see 150 litres or whatever, you know, like 35 gallons and think, oh, it can't go anywhere. Give it a go. Give it a go. The roof rack is for its own self-preservation in reality. Alright, we've pretty much made it up here. So I'm just going to leave it in low so it stops going first, second, first, second, first, second. On the ground that it cannot quite get the traction on. There you go. Local pharmacy, alcohol store. Since 1906, really. Oh, caravans on a mountain. And there we go. Rocky Chasm. Don't know why it's called Rocky Chasm. But that is done, which means we are wrapped up for today. So I want to thank you all very much for watching. Oh, we've done all the tasks. Well, you know what's coming next then? It's all of these contracts. So yes, indeed. Thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please let me know down below. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe for more. And I will catch you next time.